I always wonder, like, what am I gonna regret in life?
What was that regret?
It was not going for my dream.
And what was your dream?
My dream is Toyota. I think I just have to accept the fact that I'm crazy.
I cannot take this.
It's in my genes to be like this. Everybody was always way better around me. I would work so hard just to even match their level.
Really? Hello there everybody, Eric here, and today we are going to be hanging out with Bobo.Xx. He used to be my photographer, videographer, but today we're meeting him as the artist, the singer, the performer. He just got picked up in the all-new Camry, and he's gonna come hang out with me. We're gonna go eat some food, talk about some things, do some fun things. You ready? Hello, good sir.
That's good. How you doing, man?
All right, man.
Good to see you.
Welcome, welcome. Nice ride there.
Thank you, man. It was a great ride. Let's take a ride later.
This is a very interesting moment here.
Yeah, insane.
Please tell the people who you are.
I go by the name of Bobo.Xx. I'm from the Bay Area, California. You might know me from my songs called Pain, featuring Tableau of Epic High and No More Talking.
Okay, so you were born and raised in the Bay?
Yes.
When and how did you move down to, I guess, LA? And how did you get started in like photo, video, that kind of stuff?
You know, there's like a dream that you have, but coming from like such a small hometown from San Mateo, California, all this is like not real. It's always like such a far-fetched thing. When I told people I was moving to LA to like try to live the dream or try to do whatever, people looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, you know what? There's something inside of me that's just calling for more. It's kind of a dark thought, but I always picture myself on my deathbed. And I always wonder, like, what am I gonna regret in life?
What was that regret?
It was not going for my dream.
And what was your dream?
An entertainer, and because growing up, I never saw anybody that looked like me making rock music or, you know, damn near in front of the camera all the time. I never grew up as like the most talented person, the most best looking, or whatever it was. Everybody was always way better around me. But I think it did something to my drive that's like, I would work so hard just to even match their level.
I first got to know you as a photo video person.
Yes.
How was, like, what was your journey like? I mean, I think there was a certain moment where you were like, I'm just gonna focus on music, but I guess, were you doing photo video to just get by, or like?
Yes, so I moved to LA, got here, and everybody around me had their thing. Everyone's a singer, producer, model, whatever, and I didn't have my thing. Like, I would just walk into these clothing shops and ask for a job. I went into Top Men, got a second interview, and I was like, yo, this is not what I moved to LA for.
Yeah.
And then I went to my friend's house in North Hollywood, and there's a bunch of creatives there. And then I was like, hey, like, what do you need me to do? I can graphic design, I can produce, I can make music, I can shoot photos, video. He's like, oh, come shoot photos at my party. Started shooting those photos, started making videos, and then it just took off. And then I got discovered by Nick Jonas's team. Yeah. And then rode with Nick Jonas. So I was, at the same time, it was you and Nick Jonas that I was always on tour with.
Yeah, I remember, because you would be bouncing between me, Nick Jonas, the Jonas Brothers.
Yes.
And we would just run into each other at the most random, the random places. And it's like, I just got off with the Jonas Brothers. Yeah. And then you also, like, you said you wanted to be an entertainer. So like, when was that intentional shift to say, I'm gonna do music?
I moved back to my parents' house in the Bay Area during the pandemic. And then, you know, the pandemic sucked for everybody. Everything slowed down, but it also gave me time within myself to like heal and get off tour. And you know, a touring schedule, so crazy. Yeah. And so it was the first time I really slowed down and was intentional with like, who do I want to become? Yeah. And I think that was the moment that I was like, I think I want to do music. Yeah. And
started writing.
Yeah, started writing and letting out all these emotions that I had built up, you know. And I was like, how do I perform like you guys and have this crowd reaction? And you know,
have your parents been supportive of, I guess, your creative endeavors?
So they weren't at first, obviously. I had to talk to my mom before I moved out here. I was like, Mom, just give me like 1 or 2 years. I need to chase this dream. And my father is also an artist. So I think it like naturally just like is in my genes to be like this.
So
to be crazy.
Your dad gets it.
My dad gets it.
Yeah.
Of course, he, you know, had to agree with my mom at the time of like, oh, you should go to school, you should go to school.
Yeah. Is there anything as a Vietnamese American that is specific to you and your music or your upbringing that affects your artistry?
Well, I actually didn't grow up around a lot of Vietnamese people, so I think there is a want to get in touch with my roots. But I think if it's one thing that I do take from the culture, it's like my parents made it here 10 days before the fall of Saigon. And I think it's like just how much they had to sacrifice for me to even have a dream. It kind of like checked me.
No, I mean, I think it's interesting because we often forget that the Asian American diaspora is so diverse, and we come from so many different backgrounds and so many different cultural, historical events that have affected who we are. For a lot of Vietnamese people, it's the war.
Yeah.
Whether we realize it or not, it really affects how we react.
Right.
In terms of, you know, when things get hard, or like how we emote, or how we connect with people, or, you know, for a lot of Asian Americans, I feel like we don't know how to say I love you because it's not that our parents don't love us, it's just
they show in different ways.
Exactly.
It's the cut up fruit.
Exactly. It's just completely different ways. And so, but having said that, we're going from you leaving San Mateo to move to LA to somehow become creative,
yes,
to put out music, to write things about trauma or pain or whatever it is, to now also being in a Camry commercial.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. You know what's the craziest part about that is there's been a Camry in my family for like 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, my mom has always had a Camry in my life. That was like my first hand-me-down car.
So that was your first car?
Yeah, essentially it was my first car. Like, my mom was like, yeah, drive it around. Like when I first got my permit, and is doing all these things. And to be in a Camry commercial, this is such a full circle moment.
Yeah.
I just can't even believe in it, you know? Even at like 250,000 miles deep, it was the most reliable car, taking me from where my dreams were born to where my dreams were made. That is how reliable it is.
Yeah.
You know? To be trusted with like the image, you know, there's the rock star stuff. It could seem a little aggressive, but the fact that they're taking all these risks, and it's like, oh, like this is the new generation where we can express ourselves, we can be different. And I think that's such an amazing thing that Toyota is pushing forward now. They're showing there's more than one piece of our culture that's just a stereotype.
Right.
So I really appreciate that.
Well, on that note, should we go jump into the all-new Camry?
Are you driving or am I driving?
I'm driving.
All right.
You can play me your music. Let's go for a spin.
You gotta be ready to rock out though.
So, what were your takeaways from our early touring days?
I think most of all, my biggest takeaway was actually how you treat people.
Oh.
You know, because that's like what I mainly care about. But the fact of how you treated every single person, like that's what really sticks with someone. And you know, I've been blown off by like my childhood heroes. And how sad is that? You're about to give someone the best day if you just say hi or take a picture, right? So I think I learned a lot on like when fans would come up to you, how you interact with them and how, you know what I'm saying, and navigate that system. I take a lot away from that, man. You know, and I hope one day when I'm in that position, I can handle it in the best possible way.
You will be, and you shall.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was always kind of mad at myself for doing photography because I'm like, is this plan B? You know, like, am I settling? And then I realized, like, back to the universe or whatever external forces out there put me in this position so I can learn. And who knows if I would be here without that path. And one thing that Tablo actually told me, he was like, hey man, like, just know, like, I know this artist stuff is hard, but this is the best part. This is the best part, and you're forever going to be chasing this feeling right here. So don't ever forget about it. Because sometimes it can turn into work. It can get very stressful, but you know, you gotta love it and enjoy where you are.
No, that's true. That's like, it's that feeling that we're always chasing. That's why we're so addicted to performing, because there's nothing like that feeling of having thousands of people sing your song, sing back at you, sing with you in that way.
Yes.
Speaking of performing, is there a favorite song that you have of yours that you like to perform?
I think No More Talking is like the one.
Can we hear a little bit of No More Talking, please?
Yes. How about, can I play you my new demo?
Okay, let's rock the F out.
Let's go. I'm not what you dreamed about. I'm burning in ashes. I fight, but I can't get out. I'm not enough saving. I can't face the cause of my doubt. You're perfect, go save yourself. Really rock out.
Where are we in Bobo?
We are at Inner Crew, Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
Chef Johnny Tran is gonna be cooking a Vietnamese feast for us.
As the food is getting prepared and ready, got some questions for you. You are relatively new to performing. What is it like for you emotionally preparing for a performance or being an artist?
It's so nerve-wracking, but then as soon as I put on the makeup, it feels like something kind of takes over.
Where does your head go in an emotional or psychological state when you're writing music or when you're performing?
I think a lot of my music is based off like love letters and people that really doubted me when I was like, oh, I want to do art.
I think our food's coming. What is most difficult for you as an independent musician?
Okay, for all artists in the world, 0.0001% of artists actually make it. And to be an Asian American making rock music, it's like the odds are totally against me. But like, why do I continue to do it? There's that feeling inside of me that like, I have to say this, I have to do this and represent like this part of myself. I think that goes back to, I never saw anybody like me doing it.
It's hard, and I think it's, you know, I give you credit and I give you props because, I mean, even for me, there's so many times I'm like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Like, this makes no sense. This financially makes no sense, or this emotionally is like so draining.
How delusional are you on a scale of like 1 to 10? Like,
Are
you rational with this artistry? That's like, I have to clock in here, 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 and here, and here.
I'm very practical.
Yes.
I'm very rational. Like, I know I would not be where I am if I was not as practical as I was. At the same time, it's that practicality that allowed me to say, even if it doesn't work out, I know that I can go work somewhere else and get a job. I want to invest in myself, give myself this chance, and if it works out within this time frame, great. If not, then like, let's be reasonable and like find a job that like I can support myself and my family.
Was this your dream as a child?
Yeah, I think so. But we never saw ourselves in this space.
Yeah.
So how do you dream, or how do you even consider becoming something that you don't see? Except for the one exception of Trini, the Yellow Ranger.
Superstar.
We still have a lot to do, so let's box this up.
Yes.
We gotta go jump in the all-new Camry and then go explore bits of LA and then have a challenge for you.
A challenge?
A challenge. I'm not gonna tell you what it is right now.
All right, all right.
So if you're ready,
I'm ready.
let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome to your superstar training facility. On the way to superstardom, you're going to encounter millions and millions of fans who are cheering for you, who are rooting for you. To get you there and to make sure you're ready for all those encounters, we have an exercise for you. It is behind this black curtain. What do you think is behind here?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't want you to freak out.
I'm stone-faced.
Don't freak out. 1, 2, 3.
This is a big fan.
So we have your biggest fan for this challenge. You are going to have to perform for this fan as best you can and give it 100,000% to make sure that you're able to perform the best of your abilities.
Yeah.
We have a very, very cool stage look for you as well. Let's get suited. Nope, not that. Nope, I didn't do this. I'm sorry. Let's get suited up. This is your challenge. You're gonna perform your song, No More Talking, without passing the blue line. Give us some music!
Oh. Please shut your mouth! No
Music!
I cannot take it! You're gonna face it! Get out of my face! I can't live my life! Please shut your mouth! No more talking! Please shut your mouth! No more talking! Come on, Bobo! 3, 2, 1. Did I pass?
You passed!
Thank you!
Good job,
You're my
Bobo.
biggest fan.
All right, so Bobo, we got to catch up for the first time in a while. We got to hear a little bit about your backstory, how you got to where you are today. What's coming up for you? What's in the future?
Hopefully like headlining my own tour, acting roles, just anything I can get my hands on pretty much.
Bobo, good seeing you as always.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
making
having
time.
me.
Love you, dude.
Crazy.
I'll see you
Love
soon.
you.
All right, thank you so much for watching this episode today. Big shout out to our good friend Bobo.Xx. Be sure to check out his music and all the stuff coming up for him on his socials. And also, of course, a big thank you to our sponsor, the all new Camry from Toyota. Be sure to check it out. It's hot, it's sexy, it's cool, it has all the vibes. And thank you so much for making this possible, for allowing us to dive into the stories and the lives of up-and-coming AAPI artists. Now, if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe because we have more coming very soon with another artist in the near future. I'll see you then. My name's Eric Nam. Be happy, be healthy. Have a great day.